Text 12. When I returned to the common, the sun was setting. The crowd about the pit had increased and stood out black against the lemon yellow of the sky, a couple of hundred people perhaps. There were raised voices and some sort of struggle appeared to be going on about the pit. Strange imaginings passed through my mind. As I drew nearer, I heard Stan's voice, "Keep back, keep back." A boy came running towards me. "It's moving," he said to me as he passed. "It's screaming and screaming out. I don't like it. I'm going home. I am." I went on to the crowd. There were really, I should think, 200 or 300 people elbowing and jostling one another, the one or two ladies there being by no means the least active. "He's fallen in the pit," cried someone. "Keep back," said several. The crowd swayed a little, and I elbowed my way through. Everyone seemed greatly excited. I heard a peculiar humming sound from the pit. I said Ogilvy, "Help keep these idiots back. We don't know what's in the confounded thing, you know." I saw a young man, a shop assistant, in working. I believe he was standing on the cylinder and trying to scramble out of the hole again. The crowd had pushed him in. The end of the cylinder was being screwed out from within. Nearly 2 feet of shining screw projected. Somebody blundered against me, and I narrowly missed being pitched onto the top of the screw. I turned, and as I did so the screw must have come out, for the lid of the cylinder fell upon the gravel within a ringing concussion. I stuck my elbow into the person behind me and turned my head towards the thing again. For a moment, that circular cavity seemed perfectly black. I had the sunset in my eyes. I think everyone expected to see a man emerge, possibly something a little unlike us terrestrial men, but in all essentials a man. I know I did. But looking, I presently saw something stirring within the shadow, grayish billowy movements, one above another, and then two luminous discs like eyes. Then something resembling a little gray snake, about the thickness of walking stick, coiled up out of the writhing middle and wriggled in the air towards me, and then another. A sudden chill came over me. There was a loud shriek from a woman behind. I half turned, keeping my eyes fixed upon the cylinder still, from which another tentacles were now projecting, and began pushing my way back from the edge of the pit. I saw astonishment giving place to horror on the faces of the people about me. I heard inarticulate exclamation on all sides. There was a general movement backwards. I saw the shopman struggling still on the edge of the pit. I found myself alone and saw the people on the other side of the pit running off, stand among them. I looked again at the cylinder, and ungovernable terror gripped me. I stood petrified and staring. A big grayish rounded back, the size perhaps of a bear, was rising slowly and painfully out of the cylinder. As, as it bulged up and caught the light, I glistened like wet leather. Two large dark-colored eyes were regarding me steadfastly. The mask that framed them, the head of the thing, was rounded and had, one might say, a face. There was a mouth under the eyes, the lips' brim, on which quivered and panted and dropped saliva. The whole creature heaved and pulsated convulsively. A long tentacular appendage gripped an edge of the cylinder. another sweat in the air. Those who have never seen a living Martian can scarcely imagine that strange aura of its appearance. The peculiar V-shaped mouth, with its pointed upper lip, the absence of brow ridges, and the absence of a chin beneath the wedge-like lower lip, the instant quivering of this mouth, the gorgon groups of tentacles, the tumultuous breathing of the lungs in a strange atmosphere, the evident heaviness and painfulness of movement due to the greater gravitational energy of the earth above all. The extraordinary intensity of the immense eyes were at once vital, intense, inhuman, crippled, and monstrous. There was something fungent in the oily brown skin, something in the clumsy deliberation of the tedious movements, unspeakably nasty. Even at this first encounter, this first glimpse, I was overcome with disgust and dread. Thank you. This is the reading that I read.